I've always believed that when the world is zigging, it's time to zag. Several years ago, I found a client called Raritan Computer who had a marketing director who's still a great friend of mine who believed the same thing, and he really wanted to shake things up, and he wanted to get tremendous results from Raritan Computer's B2B marketing. This print ad's a good example. It's not your normal print ad in the B2B category. It had a distinct design system which we created, working with their marketing people, and we adhered to it in all outreach programs. But more than that, we always looked for a creative edge, a very visual creative edge, something arresting on the page or in the direct mail or online. Everything we did was metric. You can see from this example, everything led to its own landing page. We had different landing pages for direct mail versus email versus print ads, so we got extremely accurate measurement on everything. Here's a good example of a super creative ad. We found that Raritan's competitor, Avocent, had a security flaw in their video signal for their KVM switches. So rather than just show that or state it in kind of a boring way, we did it in a very memorable visual way. We created a computer monitor out of Swiss cheese through the magic of Photoshop and a really good photographer named Evan Cohen. And we kept it in the design system, but we did a very arresting ad. We followed it with a direct mail campaign to specific targets, and we did a landing page, different landing pages for each one of these as well. Here's another example. We wanted to break through no matter what sometimes, so rather than just try the traditional methods of print, direct mail, HTML email, or outbound phone calls, we would very often send in a high-impact direct mail unit. This particular one was talking about being better able to target the problems you had in your IT infrastructure using Raritan's intelligent KVM switches. So we sent people a ping pong ball gun, and they could shoot each other in the office. And we followed this. Everything on this led to a landing page, which was a game, a shooting game, built in Flash. And you could see the difference of working with Raritan's new command center or without it. When you were working with it, you had no trouble shooting the network problems. When you were working without it, it was very difficult to find and shoot those problems. Here's another very arresting print ad. We got to the point where we realized that the goal of print was not to sell something, but to continue the conversation, to push the conversation to a place where it could be better managed than in a magazine print ad. We pushed everything to a landing page at this point. We did this with probably 6 or 7 different unique campaigns. This is a great example, mydatacenterleakscash.com. Very minimal copy. It did not ask them to call us or to even buy the product. It just pushed them to that landing page. When they got there, they got to play a game in which their data center was leaking cash, and it was a flash-driven game. The money in the bucket would go down, the water would pour out, and you would grab these plugs from the right side, which had Raritan solutions on them, and patch the holes. And if you did it quickly enough and pick the right plugs, you could learn about the product as you went, and you could stop your data center from leaking cash. This is just a really good example, I think, of how powerful B2B marketing can be when it's driven by superior creative solutions.